Hey guys, wanted to share some creative ways you can use the layouts in Aspire. First of all, don't think many people realize the number of layouts that are available to us in Aspire, and those by default can be useful in their own ways. And the what's called the estimate opportunity estimate sheet is one of those. That looks like this here. The opportunity estimate sheet, you can print this off from within the estimate and the opportunity, and it just kind of gives you a breakdown of the services, items, kit items, the hours, quantities, cost, price, gross margin associated with all of those. So that can kind of be helpful to give to a production manager or an operations manager. But we can edit these layouts to whatever format we can really imagine. If you can imagine it, we can do it. And so, company that I really like to work with, they were asking me, hey, can we like this, but we don't need to show, the cost necessarily or the price on this stuff for our production managers. So we started removing that, and then it kind of came up in conversation that, well, hey, we actually give these guys this other form that we've created as a bit of a production review. So we give them this estimate sheet, and we give them this form that we just created off of a Word document where we kind of ask them to go around, do a bit of a production review. If they need to adjust hours on any of the services, then they fill that out on the second form. And I said, or they asked, why don't we just combine this? Why can't this just come from Aspire, and then we don't have to mess with Microsoft Word anymore? So what we did was I edited this form of the default estimate sheet here, where we've eliminated a lot of the unuseful information. And then we added these columns to adjust the hours and then also explain why the adjustment would be needed or is needed. So, again, they don't have to mess with Microsoft Word anymore. They can just they can print this right off of Aspire, or, if they have a tablet, iPad out in the field, they can pull this right up on there. Sometimes it's easier to kind of go around with clipboard and paper when you're walking around out on a site rather than trying to mess with your laptop or whatever. So it's nice to be able to print this out. So production manager, ops manager, whoever, branch manager, they can take this out, and as they're walking the property, they can go through this. They can look at, let's say the fall cleanup. They can adjust the hours there. They can add 20 hours. Why is that adjustment needed? There's these trees that we didn't account for originally, or is just underbid, whatever the case may be. So they can kind of go through, fill this all out, and then that can get handed off to the account manager. When the account manager, they may do a change order to update those hours immediately, give the crews and the schedulers the right amount of hours, or when they go to do their renewal, they can make sure to reference this and adjust the hours to what it needs to be. So that's one of a lot of really creative ways you can use the layouts in Aspire. There's a number of other really creative things I've done in there, and I'll be sure to, if I think of them, do some videos on those. Be sure to subscribe if you wouldn't mind, so you can look out for more tips and tricks on Aspire.